to the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And here are the goods. Ho, 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 Christmas edition!
I know. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
And you in your gay apparel.
Hey.
Turn it on. Let everybody see what it can do.
All right, see. This is the most interesting shirt I've ever had in my whole life. And just because this is amazing.
It's beautiful.
I'm going to edit in a jingle sound so that way it makes it even more Christmassy.
Oh, man. Well, just in time.
What's amazing is how you were able to put that tight thing on.
Hey, you know what? Tight things fit. Well, hold on. Wait. Let me say
Yeah.
that.
Anyway.
Let me say that. Let me not say that.
Pretty good weekend at the box office. Finally got some life into it. You know, got some CPR thing going because 2 weeks of pure nothing.
I mean, what else was out, really?
And Wreck-It Ralph was just, soaking it all in. But finally got knocked out of the #1 spot after being in there for a few weeks. And SpiderMan Into the Spider-Verse is now the #1 movie in the country.
Have you seen this movie?
No, I have not.
It is an amazing movie.
That's what I hear.
It is an amazing movie.
Tell me that it is
I thought it was gonna Marvel has done a lot of animations. They're just kind of been ho hum. DC's kind of ruled over animation. But this is their best one. If they make animated films like this going forward, they will totally surpass DC.
Well, right now it's at 35 million. And that's what it opens with, 35 million. That's the highest opening for an animated movie in December. That is a shock to me.
It is a great film, and they were loose with both. They did kind of the origin story of Miles Morales, as well as a Spider-Verse, because in the comic books it was totally different. They added it in, but then didn't do exactly what was in the comic book. So I like the way that they mesh it up. So you got his origin story and to see different versions of the different Spider-Man throughout the other universes. It was a good movie. I almost want to say this is the best Spider-Man movie of all time.
After Homecoming and Spider-Man 2.
Of all time.
Wow.
Of all time.
That's saying
Spider-Man 3 better than Spider-Man 3.
Screw you.
You don't hate
better than Spider-Man 2.
You don't hate Spider-Man 3 though.
No, you don't hate Spider-Man 3.
For me, I actually did a walkthrough, and I go make sure everything was okay. And I walked in on the Stan Lee shot.
Oh yeah, that was
that tugged on the heartstrings a little bit, but it was really good. It was really good. So yes, and you're gonna be for sure known that we are going to get some more of these.
Oh yeah.
Miles Morales by himself?
I would think that this is the entry for him to be into live action.
Maybe, but Miles Morales by himself?
Yeah.
And then Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
And all female.
Remember they got the Aunt May movie in works.
Oh god. Number 2 was The Mule.
The Mule.
Never mind, forget it.
It was
a good one. It was not that kind of movie.
Oh, okay.
The Mule with Clint Eastwood back in the starring role there.
Right. I still didn't get a chance to see that because I chose to see Spider-Verse. But I am still interested in seeing this. Because Bradley Cooper, and 2, I kind of like Clint Eastwood as old grumpy old man.
Yeah, and speaking of,
old man. Yeah.
He has not been a grumpy old man in front of the screen since Gran Torino. So this is his.
That's why I like. That was the last movie I liked. I like grumpy old man.
This is his first movie since then, as far as in front of the camera. 17 million for that one. Not too bad of a start for that one. It got a lot of the mature audience into the theaters, and they bought into it. So
the old senior citizens came out to support Clint Eastwood.
Good for Clint.
That red audience came out to support Clint Eastwood.
90-year-old man. And still rocking it.
Hey,
that's awesome.
You know what? I hope to make 90.
All right, so number 3 was The Grinch. Still in.
It's closer to Christmas, though. It should be moving up.
And it
not moving down. It should be moving up.
So the last one
it couldn't make 18 million.
So last week
it couldn't make 18 million right next to Christmas.
Last week it jumped over Creed.
Okay.
This time it jumps over Wreck-It Ralph.
No. It stayed. It went down. It was at 2, wasn't it, last week?
No, it was at 3.
It was 2
Creed
last
was
week.
at 2.
You sure?
No, I don't.
Okay. Right. I think I did the graphics wrong last week.
Well, either way, 11 million for the Grinch, and like you said, it's getting closer to the holidays.
Should be ramping up. We should be good.
It's gonna get higher, and it's on pace to beat Jim Carrey's full run.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. Number 4, Wreck-It Ralph. 2. Breaks the internet.
It's gonna hang around for a little bit.
9 million. It's falling fast though.
I mean, Bumblebee is probably gonna make it kick out.
It's falling fast though. It's not as good as the first one. That's what I'm hearing a lot of.
Well, I mean, that's with everything.
Okay.
That's with everything.
Yeah, like Creed 2.
Creed 2. Like Creed 2, like Lego, Lego Batman.
Well, I don't know. Lego Batman was pretty funny. I like that one. Okay, so number 5. Now, one of the new additions to go with the Mule and Spider.
Another old man movie.
Was Mortal Engines.
Oh God, that crap fest.
And that movie was pretty much doomed from the start.
It didn't look good to begin with.
The special effects look great, yes, but
the story was dumb.
does not appeal to
We
anybody.
talked about how like young adult films or young adult books, young adult films based on young adult books. Whatever, you guys know what I mean. That they're dead, that we can't be doing these type anymore. And it's like, so just it didn't look good in the trailer, the story, the plot behind it didn't look good. It was like, and they spent crap loads of money on this.
Okay, epic flop of the year, as the budget was $100 million plus for marketing.
Okay.
So they had all of that. That movie at number 5 grossed $7.5 million.
Holy crap.
The Grinch has been out since November 2nd.
I was gonna say,
grossed more than this movie.
what's the bigger flop? Mortal Engines or the one that came out with the model from Suicide Squad?
Well, we'll get
Valerian with bigger flop.
This one, actually. Valerian, and I was actually going to talk about that. It's in a lot of ways.
It's Valerian
similar.
Part 2?
Yeah, it's Steve Valerian.
You don't hate Valerian.
No.
I hate Valerian. Valerian is not a good movie.
But it's kind of similar in a sense, but it made, maybe 10, 20 minutes. It's going to be it was made a little tiny bit of money.
Okay.
This is going to make no money. Zero. None. It's not going to make like hardly anything back.
It's
after the grosses and everything.
Was it like I remember as a kid, Batteries Not Included came out and it did so bad that they actually gave free tickets away to get people to go see the movie.
Well, for this movie, they gave free tickets away. They could do that and still ask for a refund. So now you're usually
I want my hour and a half back.
you're usually saved by overseas.
Right.
You know, you look at Warcraft. Warcraft did pitiful here.
I mean, there's pretty people in this film, and you know, China loves pretty people, so they'll save this movie.
No, it bombed there too. It has bombed overseas as well. Nobody.
They're like, this movie's trash.
So
this movie's trash.
Number 6 actually was.
Number 6, is this the dud of the week?
No.
Or was Mortal Engines the dud?
I just want to say number 6 only because Creed tops 100.
Okay.
It topped 100 million, so
Okay.
it's on pace to beat Creed 1 as far as overall gross. So that's freaking awesome.
A lot of times the sequels do more.
Yeah. Now, Deadpool 2. Once Upon a Deadpool also came out. It grossed $2.6 million. Okay.
All of this is pure profit for them. It doesn't cost them anything for this. That one extra scene they added in.
Well, you got 20 minutes of extra footage on this. I mean, I saw the beginning, and it is Deadpool 2 completely toned down. A lot of the beginning of Deadpool 2 is gone. It's not there anymore.
Like the whole stripper scene and the whole bathhouse scene.
All of that is completely gone.
Okay.
Yeah, all of that is completely gone. So they really did PG-13 this thing really good. Having seen it, I'm still master debating on whether or not it's ready for the MCU yet.
I mean, they're gonna work him in outside of it. That's all they're gonna do. They're gonna work him in outside of it. I don't think this was a trial run to see how they could do it. This was just a cash grab by Fox. That's all it was. It's like, we're about to get bought out. Let's make as much money as we possibly can.
I really think that it was to test the waters.
Nah.
Okay, we're gonna get into that in a little while.
Test the waters would be put him in a PG-13 movie.
Well, what was awesome about this is that there is a organization out there, I think Ryan Reynolds is involved with, is called Fudge Cancer. So $1 for every ticket sold was sent to that organization for cancer research. So
that's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Awesome. You got some good out of that. So Ryan Reynolds,
and they get a tax credit for it.
All right, here we go. Next week is where you get a hardcore 3-way with a robot, Aquaman, and Mary Poppins.
That's a sexy 3-way. That is a sexy 3-way. Who's on top?
So, Aquaman has already grossed $261 million overseas. It has not opened here yet. It does open on the 21st of December.
I'm not allowed to see it.
But 261, no, I'm not talking about boot rate.
Yeah, that's
I'm talking about on good quality. 261 already, $261 million for this movie already.
Because, I mean, where did it open? It opened, what, in like, in the UK, in China, and
overseas, everything. 100, okay.
We already learned everybody else loves the Transformers but the United States.
189, no, this is Aquaman.
Aquaman, okay, I'm sorry.
189 of that 261 is from China.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy because that means it's gonna do so well. We're gonna get Aquaman 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're gonna get the Aqualad, and we're gonna get like
already into the Aquaverse.
Yeah, no, into the Aquaverse is what we're gonna get. We're gonna get hook hand Aquaman. We're gonna get blonde hair Aquaman. We're gonna get the Super Friends Aquaman, the one that didn't want to get out of the water. He was very useless riding a seahorse. We're getting all that stuff.
Okay, so Bumblebee is also opening this Christmas weekend. What, 98%, something like that on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
The highest rated Transformers in the entire franchise. 2007 was like over 50%, something like that. That in itself, as far as review-wise, off to a really good
From what
start.
I've seen, because I had to stop, it was in Russian that I watched it. I watched it in Russian. It had English subtitles though. From what I seen, it looked really good. I had to stop because I felt like I was ruining my own experience and I wanted to see it in the theater. But from what I've seen, really interesting. So I'm not surprised that the reviews are good.
I think the Gen 1 aspect of the whole thing is what they...
Yeah, and spoiler, that part that you see in the trailer is a fuller scene. It seemed like that was just going to be a short clip in the movie, but it's a full scene.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. A lot of people are looking forward to that also. And like I said before, Mary Poppins Returns, which is pretty much primed to beat everybody.
I don't think this movie's gonna do as well as everybody thinks.
I think it's definitely gonna be obviously top 3. I know that for sure.
I mean, it's gonna.
Once Christmas comes, on Christmas Day, I'm really looking for that one to just.
Who remembers Mary Poppins? Y'all.
That's the only way they remember Mary Poppins.
I was like, if we're not getting Yondu playing Mary Poppins, nobody cares.
But check out the teaser online with
Oh my God!
Mary Poppins Returns, y'all.
Can they bring Michael Rooker in like in a post-credit scene for Mary Poppins? That'd be amazing.
That would be awesome. Anyway, so yeah, it's gonna be an awesome holiday. We're not even talking about like Vice, that movie Vice with Christian Bale, which I hear he's getting freaking mad praise for. That'll be coming out on Christmas Day too. So it's gonna be competitive. All right, so sticking with the Deadpool topic though.
Okay.
The topic was brought out as far as could Deadpool join the Avengers? That was brought up to the Disney chief, Bob Iger. He stated that it was completely in Kevin Feige's hands.
Because he just controls TV. He doesn't control the actual cinematic universe.
And also because there were like certain limitations as far as what he could say based on the Fox deal that's still in progress.
Right.
So, too much can't be said about that. This is the interesting part that I read. And that's that he states that there shouldn't be 2 Marvels.
Everything should be, so like there shouldn't be a Fox Marvel universe, there shouldn't be a Sony Marvel universe, everything should be Marvel.
Well, that's what I was going to say was Spider-Verse is doing great.
Right.
Venom blew it out of the water.
Surprisingly.
So where does that leave Sony then? Are they going to try to buy that too?
Sony's in a great power position. If they're the last one standing, they're gonna charge over the moon. They don't want to get Spider-Man back as it is right now. And if Marvel wants to come or Disney wants to come and say, hey, we want to buy it back, then they're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna hear some numbers you've never heard for them before. This is gonna be like the first $1 trillion buyback or some crap like that.
Well, they're currently in negotiations to extend Holland's.
That's all you're gonna get. Whatever deal they have with Sony is just gonna get extended. That's all. We're gonna have to wait till Sony completely craps the bed again.
I think that's a smart move though to extend that so they still make that MCU money. They get a hell of a lot more exposure on it. I think that's the way to go. Could you ever see Marvel as one entity?
Not until they screw up Spider-Man again. I can't. I'm sorry. Sony's not gonna let it go. They're like, we are gonna hold on. We're gonna give you all the Spider-Man things that we can think of. We're gonna give you the Silver Sables and the Kraven the Hunters and that Aunt May movie that they keep.
Sorry,
you're gonna get. Oh God, no. You're gonna get all that stuff, and they're gonna milk it as much as they possibly can and get everything out the teeth before they say like, okay, you can have it back, Marvel.
I don't know. I think, well, first of all, I have not done research on this, but does the Hulk still belong to Universal, or did they completely take him?
No, that's why they can't do a Hulk movie, because it's still...
okay, so that's gonna be interesting.
Because they still have the distribution rights. That's why they can't do a Hulk movie. They own the character. That's why they can put him in all the movies, but they can't produce a movie because it has to be distributed by Universal.
Universal. Okay. Well, Universal's got another property too, and that's Tremors. So Universal has greenlit Tremors 7.
Why? Why?
Burt Gummer's back again, played by Michael Groves.
The only way this franchise will ever interest me again is if they convince Kevin Bacon to come back.
He has been in every single thing.
Because Kevin Bacon keeps saying no. That is the only reason.
Everything about Tremors, Michael Groves has been in it. No, everybody says, oh, that's Alex Keaton's mom or dad from Family Ties. No,
exactly.
That's Burt Gummer.
Okay, the other way that will interest me, they get Michael J. Fox in it.
No. Alright, so he's been in every Tremors thing since 1990. Cold Day in Hell was the last one that was released.
It's not good.
You saw it? I haven't seen it.
I've watched a little bit of everyone, and every time I'm like 20 minutes into it, I'm like, this is no. Just turn it off. It's they've taken the story with these damn worms way too far.
Well, didn't they tell? I think this was they're trying to weaponize them. It's like Jurassic World.
They have taken it way too far. You want to reboot Tremors? Fine, I'll watch that. But you cannot give me another sequel to this franchise. I will not watch another sequel until it comes on Netflix, and then I'll watch 20 minutes of it, and I'll get tired and I'll turn it off.
Okay, so you mentioned Kevin Bacon. He was now. This is the irony about it is that Kevin Bacon was the original star of Tremors. Great movie. I love that freaking movie.
That's the only good one.
On the top. Aftershock was okay.
Nah. That's the only good one.
Anyway, but they were actually doing a Tremors TV show with Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
And it never got past the pilot.
Because he probably didn't want to be in it, like Bradley Cooper didn't want to be in Limitless.
He made
a small appearance. I think he was like in 1 or 2 episodes, something like that. But he just wanted to produce it, and it was like just use his name to help it go. And that's probably the same thing that Kevin Bacon wants to do. And then they were like, "Nah, we kind of need you in the show, man, to make this work."
So, okay, so you have all these Tremors. What more, honestly? What do you want to see from this Tremors?
Michael J. Fox.
No.
I want Mallory.
You want family time?
I want all of it back. That's the only way it'll make sense. If I can't get Kevin Bacon, I want a Family Ties crossover.
I wouldn't mind.
Mallory.
I wouldn't mind having Fred Ward, the other guy from that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing. But you know what I want to see? I want to see Reba McEntire.
No.
Come back as his wife.
No.
One shot.
No.
Just one scene.
That's probably what you're gonna get in it,
That would
because
be awesome.
it's not like she's doing movies anywhere else.
Force Awakening and you know she's the Han Solo of it.
Why don't they just de-age Michael Gross?
Oh man.
They'll de-age him and make it Tremors 2 that you love so much all over
so
again.
Since you're all into old NBC shows, let's talk about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Hey.
Star Alfonso Ribeiro is suing Epic Games.
Yeah, because they stole his move.
Claims that the site has stolen his Carlton Dance.
He is not the only one. The same thing happened to the dude from Scrubs. What's the guy's from Scrubs name? He was in Clueless.
Faison.
Yeah, Donald Faison, right?
Faison, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so he got his stolen. He sued too. He didn't win because they didn't actually charge anything for his dance move. They gave that one a free, so he didn't give away. Millie Rock got stolen. Like I forget the dude's name, but he did this whole shoot dance that my kids do all the damn time. Everybody, if you're in hip hop or if you did like an iconic dance, they stole it and they charge people for it, and it really sucks because they're not paying any of these people back, because how can you copyright a dance?
Exactly. Well, it comes from the game's dance in the Fresh emote. Mm-hmm. So
they even
put Fresh in there.
Oh no, not even that they put Fresh. The song that plays with it is like a offbeat melody to "It's Not Unusual."
Oh wow!
Because it's it's like it's a little bit offbeat, and they don't play it all the way through. And I was like, Frank, what is not Frank Sinatra? Who is it? Tom.
6 hours later.
What?
It'll be I'm gonna put it here.
What,
that guy.
It's not in you.
Yeah, that. That's
what is his name?
It's right there.
What the hell is his name?
But so that guy, they're not even getting credit for that, because they do an
Tom Jones.
I knew it was a Tom Jones. It was it's an offbeat version of his song.
Yeah. So a law firm in the case with Millie stated that Epic is exploiting African Americans' talent by copying dances and their movements. Mm-hmm. But no copyrights are on the Carlton Dance, especially when the fact that the Carlton Dance was actually stolen in a little bit of ways by Courtney Cox's dance that she did on Dancing with the Dark video, Bruce Springsteen back in the day. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of stolen and modified.
Yeah, so Faison, not gonna get any money.
You know what I'm saying? Like exactly. Like he kind of
the Millie Rock he's suing, so he's the only one that might, because he totally invented that dance, and like they even did a song of the dance. So he might win, but all it is, it's going to take one person to win. Fortnite's going to be over because they're going to get sued like crazy by everybody. Because it's not just one person. They stole a crap load of dances.
I don't know, man. If one person wins, if they see that one person can win,
yeah, everybody,
then maybe.
That's why the Millie Rock one is the one that's going to win. That's the one that's going to win. If they can copyright a dance, can you license a dance?
We shall see, sir. We shall see. Because that game is just like blown up. It's
yeah. No, my son plays it every day.
Also, yeah.
Plays it every day.
Anyway, all right. Leave us your comment below and let us know what you think about that. So, back in the day. Speaking of back in the day, we were all talking about this old 80s shows and 90s shows. So something that was big back then was our neck of the woods, a Blockbuster.
Right.
Now we've had a couple things about Blockbuster come up lately.
Because we cover them all.
But this one has nothing to do with it. But it was pretty much destroyed by Netflix.
Yes.
You know.
And that was Blockbuster's fault because they had opportunity. They had a chance to buy in.
But whatever. That's another topic for another day. Many thought that the movie theaters were next, especially when Netflix started streaming their own stuff. Well, a study has shown that people who saw 9 or more movies at the theater will stream 11 hours a week from Netflix.
So neither one's being affected?
Not necessarily. That's
okay.
just it. The movie theaters,
they're still people want that experience,
exactly.
But yet they haven't given up their streaming. So even though they stream, they still want to go out and have that experience. It's still a date night. It's still a family event. Yeah,
it's the number one out of home entertainment and most affordable than anything.
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Anyway, but people who watch 2 movies a month, because that was the 9 movies a month. Those ones that do 2 movies a month, they do 7 hours a week, as far as.
So they're just not as big movie people, I guess.
Yeah, but what it's pretty much trying to say is that you get both. You get a combination of both. Netflix is not. It's still getting streamed. People are still it's using their time to watch these things, and they're still taking the time to go out.
Okay, so it's found its own little lane, and it hasn't taken away. Almost kind of like they kept saying MMA was going to kill boxing.
Which has not happened.
Which it has not happened. It was like MMA is in its own.
It's too damn short.
Yeah, the MMA is in their own lane, and people can watch both, or people can continue to consume boxing. People can continue to consume MMA. They didn't really affect each other. On some of the pay-per-view numbers, I know we're gonna go back and talk about like what's the big money fights, MMA versus boxing, but overall, both still exist in their own.
Well, probably boxing, because that's another story, but real quick.
Depends on who fights.
But they probably pay more than what UFC does.
Yeah, so that they do.
Anyway, so who is getting beat by Netflix? Who is getting beat by them? Cable subscriptions are getting beat.
Yeah, because people cut their cords.
Yeah, the streaming is growing. Hulu, Prime, now the DC streaming. Disney Plus is coming out in 2019.
Can't wait.
So that's also going to be taken away from all of those other. You have HBO Go, and some of those other ones, other companies.
I mean, if they're looking at streaming in a whole, most of the channels offer their own streaming channel in general. So like you could just pay them a la carte. So it's like I want that channel, I want that channel, I want that channel, as opposed to just giving it all to the cable company just to get
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. That the cable companies are probably going to be hurting them.
Yeah, they're getting just screwed by streaming in general, and not specifically Netflix, because the networks themselves have said, oh, we don't have to do this with you. We can just let them pay us right now.
Yeah. And, it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. A lot of original content is coming out for all of those platforms, especially Netflix, especially with Stranger Things Season 3 coming out pretty soon.
Oh,
and a bunch of other stuff.
3?
Yeah, and there's a bunch of other stuff coming out pretty soon. So, as far as original content, though, you know what's funny of who's a part of this success from Netflix?
Who?
Adam Sandler!
Oh, God. That 7-movie deal he got with them, I was like, I think he stole money from them. He ain't made a good movie on there yet. He ain't made a good movie yet. Just, you know what? Keep casting Paula Patton in all your movies. I'll watch them all.
Oh, man. Anyway, so thanks, Adam Sandler. Helping out Netflix. Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Give money to Chappelle. I'd rather watch that.
Hey, that's a good one. The stand-up shows that he did were really good. Yeah, absolutely. Terrence, take us home.
Well, I mean, it's Christmas, more or less, depending on when this video comes out. If it's Christmas when it comes out, when you see this, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
If it's after Christmas, I got lazy. I'm sorry.
Happy New Year.
All right, Happy New Year. There you go. Happy New Year. If it's after Christmas, hopefully sometime in January we'll get to the New Year's episode. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so that way you're aware of all the other videos that we do on the channel. And while you're there, make sure you click the notification button so that way you get a little surprise in your email box about 6 o'clock in the morning when I post something. Also, too, if you watch the show regularly, make sure you go to our patreon.com/thegoods so that way you can help donate to the channel to help us get better ugly sweatshirts.
That light up.
That light up.
I have dropped that light up, but I can't play those. All right.
Wait.
You gonna do it again?
They light up. Go ahead.
Crazy. All right. Aspen is over there on the side. Art is right here on the side.
We know where everybody's at this time.
As a matter of fact, you know what? Ready? All right.
From our family
Okay.
to you.
You want to say it?
No.
Okay.
No, that's she just.
All right. All right,
not that
ready? 3, 2, 1. From all of us here at The Goods, we just want to say Merry Christmas.
Yeah, why was I offbeat? I'm black.
I'm sorry.